Yo, what's going on, guys? It's been a while, but I am back, your boy Mana, aka D Rock, and we're here to talk about some Marvel content. It's been a while since the last video on Marvel type of content, and that was back with Loki. So, without further ado, I can introduce the name of this segment, since I'm pretty sure you guys want to know more. So, welcome. This is the Hero Connections. Uh, what you will get out of the Hero Connections is my love for superheroes, supervillains, heroes defeating villains, villains defeating heroes, anything in the nature. It can go through we'll go through Marvel, we'll go through DC, we'll even go tackle it in video games. So please look forward to more content in this form. And if you want to see me talk about anything specific, please go down in the comment section and give me a superhero or supervillain that you think I probably would you want me to ramble about. But it's not a ramble because this is the Hero Connections. And of course, what brings us here today is the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer finally releasing. And before I go any further in this video, please go check out the actual trailer. The trailer is actually out. You can go watch it right now on the YouTubes, on the Twitters, on Instagram. It's everywhere. You'll see it. Please go give it the trailer a watch. I will wait right here. You can come back and watch the rest of the video, because this video is what I'm about to say is we're gonna talk about my theories about how the film will shape. So I will go into spoilers from the trailer, and I will spurge on what I think might happen in the movie. So since everybody else is doing different videos on what they're talking about, this specific Hero Connection is going to be my personal theories on what the scope of the film will be. So let's hop in this little doodad. So if you watch a trailer, first of all, before we go anywhere, let's talk about Far From Home. Far From Home ended on the biggest cliffhanger to me in any of the superhero movies. J. Jonah Jameson spilling the beans out that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, because it seems that Mysterio succeeded at releasing that information. Now, I always thought that ending was weird, because when you watch it, it cuts out like a static, and I always thought that I was like, oh, that's when he who remains gets got. And everything's branching out. But now I don't think that's the case. I think that's just how the video quality was that Mysterio sent to him. Do I think Mysterio is dead? No, I don't think Mysterio is dead. I for him to go out like that, I think that's boo boo cheese. He's still out there. He lurking. He coming. Well, with that said, Peter is Spider-Man. I want to say this movie takes place directly after Far From Home. This movie is going to be like bop, bop. Because if you watch the trailer, you still have MJ still in her clothes from Far From Home when they're swinging. So I'm pretty sure he's going to swing her to safety. Then for some reason, Peter want to go to school afterwards. I would try to avoid any kind of public eye. In that scene, you can see Ned, you see MJ, and you see Flash behind MJ. If you look really good, it's my boy Flash. So Flash is supporting Peter. That's good. He's a good homie, even though he wasn't a good homie. But I'm glad to see Flash on that side. So that got together. So then he's getting interrogated, which is kind of weird. He got interrogated. He's handcuffed. Obviously, if that was the case, he could break out. There's no other guys there. A lot of people want to think the other guy that's in the room, because they didn't show who the other guy was. A lot of people think it's Matt Murdock, and it looks like it could be Charlie Cox from the Netflix series. So let's hope for that. Let's hope for that aspect to go through. So as the trailer goes onward, Peter's like, oh, I need to figure something out. So he goes talk to Strange. Wong pops up. Wong's like, don't do anything stupid. And Wong goes through a portal. So he dipping like Wong always does. He always did. My theory is Shang-Chi and Spider-Man goes parallel. They're two separate events. They're going on at the same time. That's my theory of what I think is going on during the timeline. So they Doctor Strange messes with the timeline. Well, not the timeline. He's trying to cast a spell to erase everybody's memory of Peter being Spider-Man, which I think is a good step for a certain reason. I can go into more detail probably in another video, but we're just gonna go from here. Peter's talked to him. He's interrupting Doctor Strange, and it seems like his words messes up and breaks the multiverse. But we all know from Loki, once Sylvie kills he shall remains, everything goes loose. Because if you notice in the trailer, when it breaks out, everything breaks out, you see the he shall remains realm, his zone, his area that he resides in. You see that, you notice it goes boom, boom. Then the trailer kicks up. And this is one of my favorite parts in the trailer because I'm not going to go in each detail but in the segments of what happens, but we see some familiar faces from old movies. We see Dr. Octopus from the Sam Raimi trilogy. We see a Green Goblin bomb from Sam Raimi Spider-Man 1 with a very eerie William Dafoe laugh, which is amazing. It's going to be hype, dude. My question is will William Dafoe be his typical Goblin? I'm curious what his suit looks like and all like that, because they didn't show him. They just teased it. They teased some sand, it looks like, and some electricity because we know Electro's coming back. Thank you. I want to thank Kevin Feige for bringing Electro back and Jamie Foxx back to give him a redemption arc because he really needed it as well. There's the main scene I want to talk about is the train, because the train scene confuses me. Because the train comes out and it looks like Strange is fighting Peter. So I was thinking, is that a variant Strange? Because there's some moments in the trailer where it seems like there's a variant Doctor Strange. And I'm confused in the case if that is the case or if not the case. But then I start thinking while watching the trailer multiple times, I was like, is that the train from Spider-Man 2? Is that the train scene, basically? So is Strange trying to fix something? He gets separated with Peter and meets variant Peter. We're going to call variant Toby, for example. Variant Toby, because that's what he is. He's a variant. But most fans will say, no, he is the real Spider-Man. But in this case, we're calling him variant Toby. That is variant Toby. They're just editing that out. Marvel don't want us to know that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's in the movie. I'm trying to keep my hopes really low that they're not in the movie, because if they're not in the movie, I'll be okay. But that train scene just it resonates with me. And if you look at his mannerisms as Spider-Man, he doesn't move like Spider-Man from Tom Holland Spider-Man. Does he move like Sam Raimi Spider-Man? I don't know. I really haven't seen those movies in a long time. There's another segment where Strange astroplanes Peter while Peter's holding some strange object. I think that's variant Andrew Garfield, variant Andrew, in this case, in that sense of form. I think there's going to be I think there is a variant Strange in the movie. I honestly believe there's a variant Strange in the movie. How he works, I'm not 100% sure. But that is also an aspect of it as well. At the end, when Doc Ock comes out, he's like, hello, Peter. And I see a lot of people talking online. They're like, oh, Doc Ock, no, he's Peter Parker. It's like, of course he is. Of course he knows who he is. If you've seen the ending of the movie, he says, brilliant but lazy Peter Parker. He figures out like right there because Tobey Maguire can't keep his mask on. But anyway, I believe that's the case. And plus, since everybody knows who he is, it makes sense that everybody do. Like in this case, I believe Electro shouldn't know who he is, but how that timeline, what they're going with, could be a possibility. So ultimately, what I'm getting at, we're going to be dealing with 2 variant Spider-Mans, maybe a third one. I got a theory that would be a third variant Spider-Man. That's it's a weird theory. I can go over that some other time. But we have so far we have Doc Ock, Green Gobby, uh, Electro in the trailer that you can see clearly. There's some sand. I mentioned this earlier. There's some sand, so Sandman's a heavy possibility. There's another scene where it seems like the Lizard is actually in the movie. Amazing Spider-Man 1 Lizard is in the movie as well. As for Vulture or Mysterio, no words on them seen in the trailer. But I believe at the moment there will be scenes in the movie where they'll be fighting variants of the variant Spider-Mans in this movie, which will be very awesome. And at the end of the movie, of course, the variants get together. How they stop everything, I don't know. That's one thing I don't know how they're gonna go about in this film, which is really awesome because in the Marvel movies I usually can predict them, but now since they're in the multiverse, they're really kind of getting harder to predict. I can see what direction they want to go, but I can't predict how it's all going to end. But my theory on how it's going to end, yes, everybody's going to forget their forget he's Peter. I think even the heroes are going to forget who Peter is at the end of the film. It's going to go back to ground deep at the end. Because if you notice in the trailer, Doctor Strange says it's because of you trying to live two separate lives. And if you're a Spider-Man fan, that's what Peter is. He tries to balance both, but he can't do it per se. He always leans towards Spider-Man more, or sometimes he leans to Peter more. And if you notice in the MCU, one of my biggest problems with Tom Holland's Spider-Man, I feel like his motives are off. And I think in this movie, hopefully he finally understands, like, oh, everybody knows like the dangers of everybody knowing who he is. Then he'll get to his Spider-Man roots. By the end of the movie, nobody's gonna know who he is. Now he knows, oh, I gotta keep this a secret. Nobody can know. Probably at the end, only Doctor Strange is gonna be the only person that knows. But I have a feeling he's gonna understand with great power comes great responsibility. Finally, which technically was hinted in Captain America Civil War 2. Civil War 2. Oh my gosh. That's Captain America 4. Anyway, in Civil War, it highly teased that. And I'm sticking with that. Tom Holland is one of my favorite Spider-Mans. That's out of his own movies. Like, I think he does a great, amazing Spider-Man out of his own. Anything that he's not in the Spider-Man, like Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home, I think he's been, like, I don't know what they were doing with the writing with Peter, but I hope in No Way Home they can turn this around and get it right. And so far what I'm seeing, I really enjoy what I'm seeing. I know you're probably watching this video and this dude's like, this dude is like, what is this guy doing? But trust me, No Way Home is going to be an amazing Spider-Man movie. I will say this: it's Avengers Endgame levels. It's the movie. It has potential to be amazing, like 10 out of 10, blow up everything. But it also has the point where it could be just okay, but amazing because it has so much hype in it. Which what Endgame was, because I believe far wholeheartedly Infinity War is better than Endgame, but Endgame is the hypest of all the Marvel movies. That's just my thoughts on that. But to wrap up this video in a nice little bow tie, we finally got Sinister Six. It's amazing. I'm super excited for this movie. I can't believe it's coming out. I want to thank Sony and Marvel Studios for doing this. This is amazing. Getting all the old actors to come back. Old villains. Let's say old villains, because it's not like stuff is leaking online about a whole bunch of stuff, but I'm refusing not to believe it until I see it. If I have to say anything to Kevin Feige of Marvel or Sony, no more trailers. No more trailers. This has come from my heart. This is no more trailers. This is the first time I will stand. I'll stand this. Hashtag no more No Way Home trailers. No more. That trailer is perfect. Some people say it shows too much. No, no, because I feel like if it didn't, if it didn't, I feel like if it didn't show nothing, nobody would have been. It would have been like everybody would, and nobody would go see it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was like, oh, there's just a trailer. If you just show a trailer, Doctor Strange, multiverse, but you didn't show no villains and you didn't show no variants, and it just be like, what? Like, what is this movie? This Spider Man boy band with his friends and Doctor Strange? Is it Spider Man and Friends? You know, but a necessary evil to show the excitement for it. So yeah, that's the video. That's my little crazy little thing. It's not too crazy. You're probably just like, all he said was it was just a variant fights. But expect that in Phase 4, everybody. We're gonna fight a lot of variants of heroes and selves. Um, I wouldn't even be surprised um, if we see Wanda in this movie as well. I know you're probably like, why Wanda be in it? But Wanda could heavily be a end credit, one of the end credits. But yeah, let me guys know what you guys think about the video. What you guys thoughts on the No Way Home trailer? What's your thoughts on hashtag No Way Home trailers? What's your thoughts, man? If you get also, I want to throw out, if this video get 15 likes, I will do a deep dive in the spider the live action Spider-Man connections. And what I mean by that, because we all seen all the Spider-Man movies, probably not seen Amazing and Amazing Spider-Man 2, but I want to my personal feelings on I how I see the trilogies, basically. So basically, I wanted to I'll do a video on the Sam Raimi trilogy. I'll do on Webb's two-man trilogy, and I'll do a video do my thoughts on the Venom movie as well, because to me that's part of the Spider-Man verse as well of live action. And yeah, that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this Hero Connection. Like I said, you have your thoughts on the bottom. Um, any ideas for any future Hero Connection videos, let me know. I would gladly talk about any hero, any kind of medium. I'm weak on the comic book section, but I do love live action and cartoons. So if you want me to talk about it, I am all for it. So thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you guys for the likes. Thank you guys for your dislikes. I know you're probably like, what? Don't make no sense. But thank you, because that means you thought of something that you liked or disliked, and it gives me time to think about it. So you guys take it easy and y'all stay safe. Peace out.